in 40 teams started out on the road to glory in the AFC Champions League this year, reduced to 39 because of Shanghai Port's withdrawal last week. This is the 20th season of this competition since the rebrand in 2002-03, and it's being staged in two zones. The Western Zone here in Saudi Arabia hosting groups A to E, and the Eastern Zone in Thailand and Ho Chi Minh City. The Eastern Zone, by the way, starts later. So far the focus has been entirely on the Western Zone. 4 cities across Saudi are staging matches: Riyadh, Buraida, Dammam, and here the jewel on the Red Sea coast, Jeddah, the base for Group C. Some fairly conservative performances have been the feature so far. That's the coach of Shabab Al-Ahli. They need something here, no question about that. 3 draws to kick us off before Chik Diabati and Ahmed Al-Din scored inside the last half hour to break the deadlock for Al-Gharafa against Ahal at the weekend and achieve that first victory on the back of an opening draw with Fulad. The Shabab's 2 draws came against Ahal on match night 1 and then against Fulad 4 days ago. 2 1-alls there, which featured an unusual quirk in that no team has scored earlier than the 75th minute in any of their matches so far. Will tonight bring us excitement and goals, I wonder? We certainly hope so. Around about 7 minutes shy of kick-off here at the Prince Abdullah Al Faisal Stadium in Jeddah. Qatar versus the United Arab Emirates here. Indeed, Qatar versus Dubai. Big expectations from both clubs. You could barely afford a slip-up in this section. It's only the group winners guaranteed to go through to the knockout stages. There'll be a big gap as well in this altered calendar in the AFC Champions League 2022-23. Al-Gharafa have finished their domestic campaign. UAE Pro League still going. 5 more matches to go for Shabab Al-Ahli. And in terms of the domestic situation for the 2 coaches, the Italian coach of Al-Gharafa and Mahdi there of Shabab, it's about securing progress in the continental competitions that come after this 2022 campaign. Biosecure bubbles are a feature of the AFC Asian Champions League, as we know, for the 2nd straight year, but the organisers have done a terrific job in getting the competition up and running in 2022. We know that COVID hasn't gone away, but it's great to see action across these biosecure venues. So our 2 teams enter the arena here at the Prince Abdullah Al Faisal Stadium. Saudi Arabia the focus for the Western Zone. It's all happening in Saudi Arabia, certainly in terms of the footballing world. Looking forward to the World Cup finals. Hervé Renard's national team, a brilliant qualifying campaign. They made Jeddah their base. Went through with the Japanese. We know that Qatar competing at the World Cup finals as the host nation. And the United Arab Emirates may well make it there too. A couple of difficult playoff matches to negotiate first, but you never know. Omari Ali Mukhtar there, the skipper, leading out Al-Gharafa. Good support in the circumstances and expectations. Qatar lifting their level all over the place. The national team, of course, move into the spotlight later in the year at the World Cup. And what can Al-Gharafa do here? Andrea Stramaccioni makes 2 changes to the starting 11. Although he scored the opening goal against Al, Mali striker Chik Diabate drops to the bench. The player who replaced him to score the second goal, Ahmed Al-Eladin, is chosen to start on the right of the front three here, spearheaded by the Algerian international Sofiane Hani. And the other change comes the other side of Hani, Brazilian midfielder Gabriel for Moyad Hassan. Our referee is from Malaysia, Mohamed Nasruddin, starting his engagement in the 2022-23 AFC Champions League with a first match here. Three changes for Shabab. No surprise to see Federico Catabia, the tricky Argentine, rewarded for scoring the stoppage time equalizer against Fulad. With a place in the starting 11, Ghaniev, the Uzbekistani, drops to the bench. Omar Abdul Rahman, one of the jewels of the Emirati footballing scene, and Yusuf Jabber are the other newcomers into the team from the start here. Off the bench earlier in the group, the first start tonight for both of those players, and plenty of options off the bench as well for the two coaches. Well, Shabab Al-Ahli perhaps have the deeper experience in terms of this competition historically. Al-Ahli and Shabab joined forces, a controversial merger that they created a really strong Emirati team in Dubai. Certainly eyeing up the latter stages of this competition. And that is the Shabab Al-Ahli congregation, and perhaps Omar Abdul Rahman can deliver here. He's 30 now. He is regarded as one of the big prospects of Asian football, Saudi born but a naturalised Emirati, and the coming together of the two coaches there, Mari Ali and Andrea Stramaccioni. Away we go. Match day 3 of the 2022 AFC Asian Champions League. Qatar versus the United Arab Emirates here in the shape of Al-Gharafa in yellow, and Shabab Al-Ahli were in Jeddah. Their first of 2 meetings in the space of 4 days between these two in Group C. Technically this is the home leg for Al-Gharafa. The centralised hub nature of the Champions League takes home and away advantage out of the equation, really. Theoretically levels the playing field. Well, he was schooled correctly, was Andrea Stramaccioni. 46-year-old Roman came to Qatar last June after a troubled 6-month spell in charge at Iranian giants Esteghlal, but back in the day he was at Inter, had a year in charge of the senior team, early 2012 to May 2013. There's a huge body of experience there in Mari Ali, the 56-year-old coach of Shabab Al-Ahli. 5 years in charge of the UAE national team. It's his 5th year at the helm of Shabab Surak here will patrol the right-hand side. They're playing a high line, no offside. Al-Din in behind and trying to cut the ball back to Sofyan Hani. And Shabab Al-Ahli are threatening to be exposed in the early stages here. It's a strong start from the team in yellow. Al-Gharafa. It's Omar Ahmed there on the left-hand side with Surag on the right for Al-Gharafa. Thomas Olsen is going to be the figurehead of the Shabab attack. 7 is Ahmed Nur-Alahi, who unfortunately put through his own net to give Fulad the lead in their last match. Eventually it was Kitabia, though, who came off the bench to a slot home as they cut through in stoppages at the end. Sofyan Hani shoveled off the ball. That's Omar Abdul Rahman. Really looking forward to seeing him tonight. He's a player with immense technical ability. And right from his junior years, his junior career, Abdul Rahman tipped for the top. 74 caps for the United Arab Emirates, 11 goals. Second year with Shabab after a spell with Al Jazeera. The ball rolled across invitingly for Olsen, but Abbas and Kamis at the back there, the experienced pairing for Shabab. The two 30-somethings in the middle of the Shabab defence. At the other end it was Ahmadi Ali Mukhtar and Tarat, the Algerian, looking to shut out Thomas Olsen. This is Yusuf Jabba. Harib Al-Mazmi. Oh, useful dribble. He's got Olsen square. He could have cut it back. He really should have cut it back. Good burst, though, from Al-Mazmi. He's a player who can operate on either side of the midfield. Started on the right against Fulad, but this was a really positive piece of early play by Harib Al-Mazmi. The end product was lacking, I'm afraid. Seems to be a little bit loose. Oh, and they've taken the throw in quickly. It was Al-Mazmi in the thick of the action. Struggling to put his laces through the shot. Straightforward enough claim for the 25-year-old goalkeeper for Al-Gharafa, Yusuf Hassan. So, bright opening here. There's been goalmouth activity at both ends. Yusuf Jabba. That's Walid Abbas, 100+ caps for the United Arab Emirates, wearing 5. At 36, he forms that partnership with Salman Kamis, loose from Al-Gharafa as they try and play it out from the back. Yusuf Jabba cuts it back to Nur-Alahi. It was Haikal. Forward on the right-hand side, Abdul Rahman. Briefly loses his footing, but quickly on his feet again there. Abdul Rahman. He played in the Olympics in London a decade ago now. Did Abdul Rahman. So born in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Remember when he was tipped as the next big thing in Asian football. He joined the academy at Al Ain in 2007, played for all their youth teams. Made the slow progression up to full honours. Jabba. Useful cross, just a little too high there for Katabia. But the Argentine will retrieve. To that near post area, looking for Nuralahi. Abdul Rahman tries the give and go, and they'll need to cover here. Oh, poor really from Al-Gharafa in attempting to clear their lines. It was Homam Ahmed who missed the chance to just stick it into Rosie. Hani to give it away. Al-Adin who moves forward. Oh, Hani doesn't need him. Tries to switch it now, but as the Shabab bodies back in numbers. Shipped on quickly to Abdul Rahman. Al-Mazmi gives chase down the left-hand side. It's a heavy pass from Abdul Rahman. This was the opportunity to get it clear. Well, the pitch has been freshly watered. Ahmed getting himself in a real tangle, lost his footing. Not the first player to do that. Abdul Rahman going to ground a little earlier. Majed Al-Amadi. Going 88 there. Katabia staying deep. Here's Yusuf Jabba. And Rahman flitting. Noralahi. Haikal. Stint of keep ball here from Shabab Al-Ahli. Yusuf Jabba waits for the movement ahead of him. Abdul Rahman. Now that's useful. He's played in Al-Mazmi, who tries the cut back and over the top by Katabia. Well, they're playing some neat stuff. It was a deft pullback. Al-Mazmi making the right call there. Unlike his earlier foray down the left-hand side when he tried to beat Yusuf Hassan at his near post. On that occasion it was the assist for Katabia. Just trying to wrap around it, the Argentine midfielder. Not getting the requisite purchase. Really bright start though here. Decent game. The red shirts are coming forward again. Katabia, oh, he's taken on that last defender. He had two players square. Abdul Rahman was in support. Perhaps that was the pass that he should have played. They're swept on by Gabriel Pires. We've not seen too much from the Brazilian on the ball yet. Wearing 10 is the law. Brazilian wearing 10. Hani tries to just nick it through to Al-Adin. No one attacking the cross. Here's Abdul Rahman. He is a player that goes in search of the ball. Jabba. Tamim Al-Mahad there with a challenge. Play with that three. And Mahat on the right hand side. Hamadi Ali Mukhtar and Tarat to Tamim Al-Mahatz's left, with Siaputra and Shabab Al-Ahli protecting the three at the back, with Ahmed and Surag the wide players. Abdul Rahman picks out his man, Abdulaziz Hussein Haikal. Katabia, there's the overlapping Haikal. 3 to Ahmed, off the heels of Ahmed's corner. Shabab moving Al-Gharafa around impressively. Abdul Rahman, very heavy corner, and well retrieved in these circumstances by Al-Mazmi. It sucked everyone into the near post there, that delivery from Al-Rahman. And the ball through should come through to Hassan Hamza. Indeed it does. Yusuf Jabba. Walid Abbas. Shabab Al-Ahli dominating the possession. In behind on a couple of occasions. But the only scrambling Yusuf Hassan has had to do really is to gather the stray touches of his own team. Best moment we've seen, Katabia from the Al-Mazmi cutback. Blazed it over the bar. Abdul Rahman pulling the strings there for Shabab. Haikal. Katabia turning to a reasonable assist as well for Olsen. The Katabia on the right-hand side. A 3 in the middle, and Olsen met it. There was just enough from Surag to distract Thomas Olsen there. Again, it's intricate play in the build-up here from Shabab Al-Ahli. It's a good cross. He kind of gets ahead of it there, doesn't he? Olsen, the 30-year-old. It's his first year in Dubai with Shabab. In the previous 4 seasons with Lillestrøm. In his homeland, over 100 appearances for Lillestrøm. And an international as of last November in the friendly with the Dutch as well. Thomas Olsen. Jabba switching it, forward thinking full-back here on this near side, wearing 20 for Shabab. Yusuf Jabba, Abdulaziz Hussein Haikal on the opposite flank. Salman Khamis, Katabia, Ahmad Nourahi, Majed Al-Amadi. Signposted pass. There could be a way here. Sofian Hani moves up in support. Al-Eldin just tries to bite off a little too much there, certainly more than he can chew. It's a shame because it was a loose pass in the middle of the park. Katabia now. Abdul Rahman Nur Al-Ahli is the option. Ball comes into the near post. Oh, the little assist there from Al-Mazmi. It almost altered the trajectory to the detriment there of Thomas Olsen, as that cross was arrowing onto the head of the Norwegian. It gives them an extra dimension to Zomar Abdelrahman with the creative instincts and his determination to pick out a pass. An imaginative midfield creative player. And now Abdelrahman will take the corner. A better one into the pack of players, but they managed to work it clear as far as Sierputra, for the time being at least. And there's a problem here with Kitabia. He's giving chase, loses his balance, doesn't he, and almost takes Sierputra with him. It's a really humid night in Jeddah. So Madi Ali, who played for Al-Ahli, a distinguished 15-year playing career. Made over 200 appearances for them. He's been at the helm since the merger as well, Madi Ali. A mid-table finish in 2017-18. UAE Super Cup victory against the Sharjah. League Cup success as well at the expense of Al Nassr. President's Cup was another trophy in the cabinet of Madi Ali. Stramaccioni brings a considerable amount of nous. They take their coaching very seriously in Italy. He was in charge of the youth setup at Inter, was Stramaccioni, before being given his chance with the seniors. And went out to Greece, he coached Panathinaikos for a year. Sparta Prague in the Czech Republic. Hani dispossessed, tries to snap back in, but possession is back with Shabab here. Yusuf Jabbar. Watch the runner, Al-Mazmi. Abdelrahman. Oh, well closed down. Well, they sounded the danger signals there when Omar Abdelrahman took possession, dropped his shoulder, teed up the shot, good block. Useful ball inside the fullback by Nur Al-Ahli, and Al-Mazmi. Well, he's a constant thorn in the side of Al-Mahatsa. On the right-hand side of the Al-Gharafa defence is Harib Al-Mazmi. Still no score, but certainly not for the want of trying as far as Shabab Al-Ahli are concerned. Al-Mahatsa threads it into Surag. Game has passed him by a little thus far. Almost Surag. The way Shabab have approached this match, determined to dominate in terms of possession. It's left Al-Gharafa looking to hit on the counter-attack. Well, the odd scratchy free kick one will help as well. Gabriel was the target of the diagonal. And that's going to end up nowhere, I'm afraid. Slung forward by Hassan Hamza. Al-Ahli with the pick-up. That's Kamis coming in to challenge Andrei Siaputra. No nonsense, central defender Salman Kamis. Free kick here. No score, but Shabab Al-Ahli have been the better team, no question thus far. Picks out Gabriel. Just tries to get it back into the zone that could be described as dangerous. Abdul Rahman, and the intricacy of Shabab on the counter. They have Abdul Rahman sprinting away down the left-hand side. Plenty of players up in support. That's going to be a little too heavy for Harib Al-Mazmi. The right idea. Perhaps would have been better served to just put his foot on the ball there and weigh up his options. Omar Abdul Rahman. Tamim Al-Mahatsa. Siaputra. Putting it on tidily. Gabriel Pires dropping deep. Played their way into trouble. Abdul Rahman Olsen, beautiful drop of the shoulder. The Qatabia running at pace, trying to shovel it just into Al-Mazmi's path on the right-hand side. Well, Al-Gharafa by hook or by crook keeping Shabab at bay here. Oh, Abdul Rahman, yeah, finally offside. Well, you just wondered whether it opened up finally for Omar Abdul Rahman. Second phase of the attack, if you will. Lovely skip there past Saeed Izzatullahi, but all a little too frantic. Now this is all set up, isn't it, for a quick break and a sucker punch goal by Al-Gharafa, so dominant of Shabab Al-Ahli being. They eventually ground down Al in their last match. Did Al-Gharafa. It wasn't until the hour mark that Chik Diabate got their first goal in the group, and then Al Eldin with a delightful finish, having come on for Diabate. There's a yellow card for Qatabia. Well, I can be well aware of his determination to make an impression and just put a stake in the ground in terms of his starting place in the team. Federico Catavia. Not the kind of impression he wants to make, though. Free kick opportunity here for Al-Gharafa. Good strong header there by Khamis. Gabriel picks out the wide player as well forward, Hammam Ahmed. Some time on the ball, that's what Al-Gharafa need and want. Gabriel, and sandwich of a pass over the top, and there was cover. Now then, 3-on-3, Abdul Rahman, the go-to attacker. Al-Mazmi racing on ahead. Al-Mazmi may get there, out comes the goalkeeper. And there was cover from Saeed Izzat-Olahi. Well, they're just inches out with the end product the whole time here. Shabab. The credit there, Yusuf Hassan, terrific anticipation. Goalkeeper does enough, just scrambles at the feet there of Farid Al-Mazmi. And a chance just for a breather in the oppressively humid conditions. 5 subs allowed, by the way, in the AFC Asian Champions League this season, and with conditions as punishing as they are, I'm sure the coaches will make full use of their squads here. Well, Yusuf Hassan, the 25-year-old keeper, Doha born. Likely to be in the squad for the World Cup. Yusuf Hassan. Java. Hani just breaks up the play. And Gabriel can do nothing in possession there for Al-Gharafa. Sitting back again and inviting Shabab on. Michael starting the attack there well forward, the right-sided fullback. And it's just clicked into Andriy Siaputra there, who can't keep it in. Abdul Rahman picks out Al-Mazmi. They're straight away. A quick offload here to Yusuf Jabba. In comes the cross first time down the throat of Hassan. Al-Eldin, the target man. Abbas back there. Well played. Abbas just working it around Al-Eldin with Hassan Hamza, the goalkeeper. So we've had half an hour here in Jeddah, Group C of the AFC Asian Champions League, this intense 3-week period where everyone plays 6 matches. So far so good for Al-Gharafa in the group. It's the first of 2 matchups between these 2 teams in the space of 4 days. Sofian Hani. Eldin. First save. Pass there of Hamza. Much better. Much better from Al-Gharafa. Not had an awful lot to do, Hamza. And he's called upon though. He was there. Katavia, there's the movement. Rather telegraphed pass, ultimately. So Olsen had made that dart into the inside right channel. It's broken for Sofiane Hani. They're in behind. Again, the finish is what's lacking though. But better all of a sudden from Al-Gharafa. Past the half-hour mark, and they've found some attacking conviction. First it was Al-Adin, and then Sofiane Hani. Just clipping that pass through. That was Mehdi Tarat doing with that far forward. Abdul Rahman. Olsen. Jabba. Katabia. Well, he could have gone left, he could have gone right, could have taken it on. None of the above. Ahmed Al-Eldin sealed the win against Hal, and he just struggles to get around the shot. It's Majad Al-Ahmadi who comes back to help out his goalkeeper Hassan Hamza. Katabia. Jabba. Walid Abbas. Through Al-Ahmadi to Salman Khamis. The idea was right from Omar Abdul Rahman. It's up to Sofiane Hani. A counter-attacking threat is provided. Maybe wrong side of 30, Hani, but he's got a football brain on him. Surag. Little nudge. Well played, Surag. It's opened up for him. Oh dear. Gets it all wrong. One of those just taking his eye off the ball at the crucial nanosecond. Yeah, perhaps distracted by the oncoming Walid Abbas there. But it's better from Stramaccioni's team. Shabab Al-Ahli completely bossed the opening half hour here. But Al-Gharafa just enjoying the ascendancy at present. It's a fifth place finish for Al-Gharafa in the QSL, the Qatari Stars League, that has only recently finished fourth last season. 8 of the 12 teams in the QSL come from Doha. How sad, the dominant name in Qatari football. 16 titles, including the last 2. UAE bossing Qatar in terms of this Champions League encounter tonight. So a loose touch from Al Rahman. Oh, great riding of the first challenge from Al-Ahli. He wants a bit of protection after the second one came in. Malaysian referee has absolutely none of it. Was taken on by Haikal. Al-Ahli. Jabba. Got the jink right and not the 1-2. Hani drops short just to pick up possession again. Good cover by Kamis. Jabba. Abbas gets Shabab going. Abdul Rahman, seen so much of the ball in the first half. Shabab looked to utilise his creative instincts. A shut down quickly. Comes into Kitabia. He's going to have to use Yusuf Jabba here. A cut back in the direction of Kitabia. Oh, that's loose. It's allowed Kitabia in. It's back to Yusuf Jabba. And he tried to cut it back to Majad Al-Ahmadi. And it may be workmanlike, but it's doing the job at the moment. Al-Gharafa with their defensive interventions. And Salman Khamis knew that was late. And Sufyan Hani. So a yellow card. Second Shabab player in the book after Kitabia earlier. Now the arms up like that, you know you've done wrong. There's Hani. Amro Surag. And tries the little skip round Yusuf Jabba. And then there's a bit of a tangle. Suddenly very happy to flash the cards. The referee Mohammed Nasruddin. Latest is shown to the wide right player, Amro Surag. Third player in the book here. Within the last 5 minutes of the first half at the Prince Abdullah Al Faisal Stadium in Jeddah. Abdul Rahman will have to chase this down. The loose from Shabab in the middle of the park. Al-Ahli just scampering, hassling and harrying those Shabab defenders. Haikal back for Abdul Rahman. Jabba. Hamazmi. Walid Abbas. Olsen. Abbas again. Haikal. Here's Abdul Rahman. Pretty possession from Shabab Al-Ahli. And finally someone needs to make a decision. And when Majid Al-Ahmadi eventually does that, Shabab Al-Ahli wish that he hadn't. Frustrating, no question, for Madi Ali, having seen his side on top for large swathes of this contest. Stramaccioni and Al-Gharafa will be happier here as the interval approaches. Abdul Rahman, Olsen, perhaps room and time for one more opportunity, one more foray. Here's Kitabia, here's Abdul Rahman, thought better of having the shot. Perez dribbling his way into trouble there. Turat helping him out. Gabriel Perez able to move it on to Hammam Ahmed. Hani. Keep ball at the end of the first half here from the Qataris. Surag. Little clip. Al-Aladin, and he's in behind, off the post, and in. Wouldn't you just know it? They've soaked up all the pressure in the first half here, Al-Gharafa, and now Stramaccioni's team have gone and burgled the opening goal. Well, Hani is a wily customer, he really is, biding his time, waiting for his moment, waiting for his opening, and then pouncing. They were very patient here. First from Surag, and then Al-Aladin into Hani. It's back off the post. The last contact there is off Yusuf Jabba. So will we even go back to have a check as regards the offside? At the moment the goal stands, and it's a heck of a goal in the circumstances from Sofiane Hani. It's his first goal since the Qatar Stars Cup semi-final loss. That was on the 23rd of March. It was an 8-goal thriller, that. Olsen will give chase. Hani under that. Ahmed. Katabia snapping at him. We're going to have 2 extra minutes at the end of the first half. Driven long, looking for Al-Aladin. Panicked into giving the ball away at the back again. Amro Surag, Hani, Al-Aladin just tries the clip. The cross came off his heel. Be picked up by Surag here. That's a heavy challenge from Al-Ahmadi. And then Izzatullahi. And they're finishing well on top here in the first half. Al-Gharafa. Katabia shut down by 2 yellow shirts, and understandably a real lift in the levels now of Al-Gharafa. So often it happens, doesn't it? A team dominates, fails to convert all that possession, and the dominance. And then at the other end we see a sucker punch. That's what's happened here. So, half-time whistle here at the Prince Abdullah Al Faisal Stadium. Shabab Al-Ahli spent so long on top, plenty of possession. Abdul Rahman was probing, the end product was lacking, and then, wouldn't you just know it, Sofian Hani broke through, shot off the post, back it came, hit Al-Mahdi into the back of the net, and it's Al-Gharafa of Qatar. It's Stramaccioni's team who have the only goal thus far at the midway point. Al-Gharafa leading Shabab Al-Ahli by a 1-0 here in Jeddah. Sofiane Hani then with the game's only goal thus far. Cheeky finish. He'll claim it in on the threaded through ball by Ahmed Al-Eladine, and they really picked their moment to score at the end of the first half here, did Al-Gharafa. Really leading the Qatari charge in this season's AFC Asian Champions League. Elsewhere Al Dahaya, Al Sad, Al Rayyan competing for Qatar. Al Jazeera over there in Group B, also for the United Arab Emirates, and Sharjah as well, up against Al Rayyan there in Group A. But it's the team in yellow, Al-Gharafa, who are doing it here in Group C, about to return to the top of the section. 45 more minutes here to go to try and defend and maybe consolidate this advantage against Shabab Al-Ahli, who had 71% of possession in that first half, but no end product to show. Clinical, Gharafa and Hani. And it is the Qatari side who lead at the break here. Start of the second half at the Prince Abdullah Al Faisal Stadium in Group C of the 2022-23 AFC Asian Champions League. It was a good result for Fulad earlier, got the better of Al, Turkmenistan side, making the first appearance in the marquee competition for Asian clubs. But they're in danger of being cut loose at the bottom of the table. So Fulad went top. Al-Gharafa can displace them. What have Shabab Al-Ahli got in them? A couple of changes have been made at the break. Khamis has come on. And no real surprise to see Ahmadi Ali shaking things up either. And Homam Ahmed with early contact here with Thomas Olsen. So a scratchy start to the second half. Ahmed, the left-sided wing-back. This is a difficult viewing for Al-Gharafa. The game had barely restarted. And he may be forced into a change here. Andrea Strammaccioni. There's a hefty limp there on Homam Ahmed. So Majid Hassan off. And Khamis has come on. More protection for the back line as far as Shabab Al-Ahli are concerned. Oh, delightful touch there by Al-Eladine. Ahmed sprightly back to his feet. Surag, the target of the diagonal, and he comes short. Well played by Al-Mazmi there. Can Shabab pick it up? Kitabia, they're forced all the way back. Effective pressing there by Sia Putra. There's Al-Mazmi away on the left-hand side, just draws the corner off that extended defensive leg of the backtracking midfielder. So there's a corner to defend here for Al-Gharafa. Omar Abdelrahman will take it. Wait for the pack of the red shirts in the middle to split. Oh, well, it was the yellow shirts that left Yusuf Jabba with the opportunity. He was all alone when the ball finally arrived in his airspace. Oh, it's a free header, and you have to make the goalkeeper work there, surely. Very good chance, not taken. Shabab with that delivery of Omar Abdelrahman, threatening from set pieces. Hani, first time did all the way back there to Ahmadi Ali Mukhtar, and it's Mehdi Tarat. Nothing doing with that, I'm afraid. Hamza gives it to Walid Abis. Haikal. Katabia. Al-Ahli. Katabia again. There's the press again from Al-Gharafa, just forcing the red shirts back towards their own goal. Abdelrahman. Quickly gets in position from the throw-in. Very tight on the byline there. Abdelrahman, the goalkeeper stares, referee even stares that down. Yeah, there might have been a few sort of nervy moments there. Was contact, wasn't there? Saeed Al-Ahli there on Harib Al-Mazmi. Well, it was clumsy from Al-Ahli, and you can see why Al-Mazmi offers up that reaction. Again, why would he go down in that situation, Harib Al-Mazmi? Al-Ahli's got away with one there, the Iranian. Back to Hamza, shut down by the hard-working Ahmed Al-Eladine. Gabriel, that's with a trick, little flick around the corner. Well played again, Gabriel. Two players square, the forwards for Al-Gharafa, Hani and Al-Eladine. That might drop here for Al-Mazmi. And a crunching challenge from Walid Abbas. Al-Mahatsit just sees it out. Useful, isn't he? Al-Eladine. Gabriel. Perhaps the moment for the trick hasn't upset them. Hamed Ahmed deep into enemy territory here. Hamed Ahmed tries to drag it across to Sofiane Hani, very composed in possession. This match has swung from a position of dominance from Shabab Al-Ahli to Gharafa in control. Misplaced pass in the direction of Abdelrahman. The referee inserts himself into proceedings. Well, the left-sided wing-back there, Hamed Ahmed, just tries to cut it across. Substituted Khamis who just tries to pull that right arm out of the way. Sloppy again from Shabab. Let's see Putra bringing it on. Homam Ahmad. Again, just intelligently holding up the play. They're waiting for the right option to present itself. Shabab Al-Ahli plays in Sudak. The 3 yellow shirts in the area. Just as Sofiane Hani tried to pull back to occupy that near post area. Ahmed will chase this down but won't get there. It's all about the race to dethrone the current champions Al Hilal in terms of the bigger picture in the AFC Champions League. The Riyadh Giants from Saudi Arabia, who won the title last year. Qatabia comes forward, digs out the cross, so it turned into a potential embarrassment for Yusuf Hassan. Just doesn't get around this properly, the Federico Qatabia. The attempt, no doubt, would have been to stub it into the path of Thomas Olsen. We're 10 minutes into the second half now. It's Stramachonis Al-Gharafa who remain in the lead here. This biosecure bubble in Saudi Arabia hosting the Western Zone groups. Final in Riyadh at the King Fahd International Stadium last November, and Al Hilal beat Pohang Steelers, the Korean side, 2-0. Was Al Hilal's 4th title, one more than the Steelers. That makes Al Hilal outright the most successful Asian club team. This current season marks the 20th anniversary of the United Arab Emirates' one and only AFC Champions League. Al Ain beating the Thai side Teras Asana back in 2003. Multiple runners-ups for United Arab Emirates teams, including Al-Ahli before the merger. 7 years now have passed since they lost to Guangzhou Evergrande in the final. And Guangzhou under Marcello Lippi had that spell dominating the Asian club game in the mid-2010s. As far as the Qataris are concerned, it's been Al Sadd responsible for their 2 continental championships. In behind again, Homam Ahmad draws the save there from Hassan Hamza, and then the scrambled defensive clearance from Mohamed Jabba. Well, they're a threat every time they come forward, no question here, Al-Gharafa. The pass dragged over the top. Al-Aldin let it go, and then it was Ahmed just trying to aim into the far corner there. Shabab conceded. Nearly were undone against Ahal from the set-piece situations, including a corner from that far side. and gave up the goal before Ganiev's penalty 11 minutes from time rescued them. A deliberate pass out to Ahmed. What a strike! Oh, and Al-Ahli tries to get in on the rebound. Homam Ahmed, brilliantly worked corner there. First of all, a pinpoint pass to Homam Ahmed, who really gave it the hammer. Oh, Hassan Hamza was beaten there. He almost had one of the goals of this season's competition as early as match day 3. Abdul Rahman, he brings it on for Shabab. Hani just setting up Amro Surag, back to Hani, then into Gabriel Perez. Here's Andrei Siaputra and Ahmed, so close to that spectacular second goal for Al-Gharafa. Looking forward to seeing that again. Ball hasn't got out of play yet. It's been a terrific game here. And Ahmed, oh, Surag. Excellent passing on that diagonal. One wide player to the other. Ahmed picking out Surag. Well, that's a good save. Excellent execution of the side-footed volley by Amro Surag. That's 2 striking goalmouth attempts. Examples of goalmouth excitement that we shall look forward to seeing again and picking over. Haikal, Abdul Rahman. Ball in there for Katabia. Draws the foul. It'll be a free kick here for Shabab Al-Ahli. And that's why a wrap-around challenge. Well, that is a superb cutback by Gabriel. And one touch to bring the ball under his spell by Homam Ahmed, and then he really gives it everything. That is a fantastic strike. He's so unfortunate. Hamza at full stretch doesn't even sniff it. Katabia over the free kick here for Shabab Al-Ahli. We're past the hour mark in Jeddah. Sam Wedge of a delivery. And a good retrieval as well in the circumstances. Surag thrashes it clear. Going to come back to Hamza. And Al-Ahli supremely hard working up there for Al-Gharafa. Shuts the goalkeeper down. And they're going to come forward again here with Homam Ahmed. Mokhtar. Surag. Al-Mahatsa. How about that for a diagonal? Ahmed tucks in field. Hani just tries to clip it in there to Al-Ahli. Tara, the Algerian combination, work there with Hani. Seyaputra, back for Sofiane Hani. And again, is he going to use Amro Surag? Yes, he is. And Surag just releases the cross early. Al-Ahli just pulled off that the last defender there, Abbas, who really fancied it. Here comes Mediterranean now. Gabriel. Amro Surag taking on the defender, and Surag there forcing the challenge, forcing the intervention from Yusuf Jabba, who had to remain alert. Well, they're full of confidence, full of beans, full of running here, Al-Gharafa. And none of this nonsense from Stramaccioni about sitting on a lead. They're going for it. Corner will be taken by Homam Ahmed. Very nearly contact in the middle there. QAT was forward, and Gabriel Perez just can't get beyond Haikal. But Gabriel will be content with the corner. First year for Gabriel, 4 seasons with Benfica, where he was a Primeira Liga winner in 2019. And more changes to come. Mohamed Juma Ablouchi there, and Ahmad Abdullah switching personnel at the back and up top by the looks of things. Homam Ahmed in a corner from the opposite side. Well, inevitably legs are going to become tighter and heavier here. And we're seeing Abdul Rahman being withdrawn. Well, that is vindication of the approach of Al-Gharafa here, the hard-working midfield, which has ended up stifling Omar Abdul Rahman. And Ahmed Abdullah Suro will come on for Ahmad Nuralahi, as we just see that corner again. Hasn't happened for Omar Abdul Rahman tonight. Opening half hour, that was when they needed to unlock Al-Gharafa with Abdul Rahman. There's the probings. All to no avail. So a change in approach here. 3/4 of this match are up. Can Al-Gharafa hold on, or indeed go on to seal the deal? They meet again on Monday, remember, in this stadium. Suro. First opportunity to try and do something out wide for the man wearing 37 there. Saputra. Oh, lovely shimmy. Sofiane Hani. I see a picture again. Digs out Surak. Gabriel comes short. Pass was positive from Amro Surak. Snuffed out by Shabab. Walid Abbas. And Khamis takes his time. Oh, Surag picks the pocket there of Mohamed Jabba. Ahmed in. That's well played by Khamis in the middle of the park, looking to give Shabab Al-Ahli a little more presence. Al-Mazmi just cuts the ball back to Katabia. Here's Saror, the substitute. Saror onto his left foot, safely dealt with. And there's Sofiane Hani, splendid reader of the game, ideally positioned to just tidy up when there's a turnover in possession at the back there for Al-Gharafa. They've not kept it for long. Olsen remains up top. Might get a chance here. Al-Mazmi turns it back in field. It's Haikal. It's Suro. Well played. Omar Ahmed had a super game running the left-hand side for Al-Gharafa. There's Omar Ahmed, number 24. Here he is. Yeah, right on cue. Does that. We'll give him that. Oh, a tired-looking Katabia. It gives up possession. It's Gabriel just down to walking pace. And clips it into Sofiane Hani. Great ball for Surag. Here's Ahmed again. Stramaccioni still motioning his players forward. Out comes Hamza to just nick that off the head of Al-Aldin. And then the heavy pass from Hussein Haikal. So they've just moved him into a more central role, Haikal. Attack-minded right fullback is his natural habitat. Plenty of threat from the likes of Abdul Rahman and Haikal on the right-hand side in the first half. Shabab Al-Ahli, you've got to take your chances. Crunching challenge in from Siaputra, who's quickest to get to his feet. Take the free kick quickly, the cut back to Katabia, well cut out. Zatolahi. Oh, I thought the referee was going to commit to the advantage there. It did look a little like Haikal sort of jumped into that challenge, ensured that there would be contact. And does Siaputra do an awful lot wrong there? Mohamed Jabba there, finding Suro. Just a nudge in the back. On they go with it. Abdulaziz Hussein Haikal again. They're trying to get Shabab moving down the left-hand side. There's the overlap. Yusuf Jabba crosses paw. Easy for Yusuf Hassan. Yeah, he's going to be in no rush whatsoever to get things moving again here for Al-Gharafa. When he does, the target quite sensibly is Omar Ahmed. Oh, they've got themselves into trouble a bit here. It was Mukhtar dispossessed, and the shot is flailed over the bar. Oh, well, they almost played themselves into trouble there in the classic style. And what a moment for the substitute Gustavo Oliveira. Only 19, Gustavo from Sport Recife. And Mukhtar gets away with one. Perhaps earned that stroke of fortune. Saror digs in. Well done, Saror. Can't feed it into Katabia down the line. And more changes in the offing this time. An Al-Gharafa variety, so probably about time. Well, big applause, and no wonder for Al-Aldin he's put in another shift here. The player who came off the bench to score at the weekend. A fabulous match in support of Sofiane Hani here. And Moyad Hassan comes in. A player who started the first two matches in the group. And dropped for tonight's match. It's looking like the right call at the moment from Stramaccioni. Look at the room here for Homam Ahmed. That's why. He was just jogging back from, well, not even jogging, was he? Ambling back from an offside position. Fault with the passer there, really. Suro. Katabia. Super shutdown again by Homam Ahmed. Oh, well, it's Hassan taking them all on the substitute. First activity, first involvement, going for the jugular. And Al-Gharafa hard working still here as we move into the last quarter of an hour. It's all about harassing and cajoling and making life very uncomfortable for the Shabab Al-Ahli players when they're in possession. Well, the break in play means a breather. The main flashpoint in the match, the goal. Hani, with the shot off the post, comes back and he manages to just poke it back over the line. Hint of offside. And he was played through by Al Eldin. No VAR in the group stages here in the AFC Asian Champions League. Shabab Al-Ahli will say, where's VAR when you need it? He won't care. Experienced player, and he's certainly demonstrated that tonight. 31, Hani had experience in Belgium and Turkey. He's won the league in both of those countries, most notably with Anderlecht in Belgium. Like Tarat, his fellow Algerian international, they were both born in France, Hani and Tarat. Here it is, Hani again. Yeah, look late from Id Khamis, the substitute. Earns a yellow card for that, as frustration gets the better of Shabab Al-Ahli here. And, well, if they can't beat them by fair means, there's a little bit of foul play to be had. More presence around the midfield now with Khamis in there, but that's not really the presence they need from him. Saeed Zatolahi. Tries to thread in that free kick. Hassan had made the run. Substitute is full of legs here towards the end. Shabab Al-Ahli again. Tamim Al-Mahatsa. Oh, beautiful ball into Hassan. Hani is square. Hassan tries to go alone. Just shows too much of it ultimately to Walid Abbas. Delightful pass through, though, to Hassan. Couldn't finish it off, couldn't round it out. There may be other opportunities, though, in the last 10 minutes. You have to admire the way Stramaccioni and Al-Gharafa have approached this second half. Not content, far from it, to sit on the lead and see it out. So often teams do that. So often teams come unstuck. There is, of course, plenty of time for Shabab to steal one here. Olsen with Ahmed across to him. Walid Abbas gives it to Haikal. Then the offload. And nothing doing there for Gustavo. A little nudge over the top for Amro Surag. Sam went herring through the middle. Hani looks instead to go to Hammam Ahmed. So, the last change. Haikal is being replaced here. Yahya Al-Ghassani, as he's throwing the kitchen sink on everything but Madi Ali. Haikal has faded, and they look to Yahya Al-Ghassani now at the end here. Well, it's Mehdi Tarat who looks in some discomfort down there. Very conservative with his substitutes, Andrea Stramaccioni here. I beg your pardon, it's Tamim Al-Mahatsa. They're the right-sided defender. And this is why he takes the ball away from Gustavo. It's cool. There's the offload. Cross needs to be good. There's Katabia. Substitutes all getting involved here. The Saror to Eid Khamis. And the shot always rising. One by one, they create these chances. And one by one, they squander these chances. A penny for their thoughts. Particularly Abdul Rahman, who was unable to pick the lock here. Surag. And he will be the target. Ahmed in support, so too Andrei Siaputra here. Siaputra with Hassan. Ahmed. Hani. Hammam Ahmed again. Draws the foul there off at Gustavo, and he will be in very little hurry to get back up to his feet and get them off and running. And he's earned it, really. Drawing the foul, a challenge of frustration, and that's from the substitute. a 19-year-old Gustavo. Moyad Hassan, the replacement, who's been really sharp since coming on, taking this free kick for Al-Gharafa. He looked to embarrass Hassan Hamza in the attempt to kick Shabab Al-Ahli while they're down. Nice to draw that into the near post. Hamza was alert to it. Look at that from Al-Ahli. Gabriel has been a steady presence in the middle for Al-Gharafa tonight. Seputra. Al-Mahatsa clips it into space. Well, now the temptation is to sit back a little and see it out for the last 5 minutes plus stoppages. Katabia wants it. Mukhtar deals with it. Katabia just finds that pocket. Early cross, but it splits Olsen there. And the player on the right, Suror, and leave themselves vulnerable to the counter-attack again, do Shabab. And it's just cute play that from Andriy Seputra. Just keeping hold of the ball, drawing the opposition player onto him, and then, well, just waiting for the inevitable hasty contact, clumsy from Suror. Expression that tells the story, really, from Shabab's coach. Mari Ali, with only a few days to work this one out before the return fixture on Monday. The match is coming thick and fast, as we know, in the group stage of the AFC Asian Champions League this year. As Seputra goes in a little hasty on Eid Khamis. Meditarat. Ahmed. Oh, how cute. All the tricks. There's 3 back heels in a row. And still, oh, they've kept the ball. Al-Gharafa. Through Mukhtar to Gabriel. Great first touch that from Saeed Al-Ahli. And Gabriel wins the second ball. Brazil to Algeria to Siraj of Qatar. What an assist there! And the save ultimately from Hamza. But Al-Gharafa playing through with such delightful intricacy again. Amro Surag, assisted by the sweetest here of back heels from Gabriel Pires on the pirouette. Well, that deserved a goal. Hamza has almost found the gap at the near post there. Hassan now to deliver the corner here for Al-Gharafa as they seek out the second goal that would put the challenger of Shabab Al-Ahli to bed tonight in Jeddah. Surag, the sensible retention of possession. Here's Hassan. Not there. Thrashed forward by Idkamis. But Al-Gharafa have it in hand. Superb defensive display. I can't remember Yusuf Hassan barely having been asked to make a save in this second half. Katabia, there is still time, of course there's time. Olsen in the middle, yellow shirts congregate around the man in possession. Saror picks it up and get back. So well drilled to their defensive stations here, Shabab Al-Ahli. Ball over the top, Olsen extends, flag was up. Just holding the line there, Al-Gharafa. They've done enough all night, he says. Clearly there, Saror was being played offside. Onside even by Abbas. He was level, wasn't he? Five extra minutes. Here's Hassan, can't find Hani. Here they come with Gustavo, full of running. And Gustavo tries to switch it for Katabia! What a strike in stoppages. Oh, there's afters as well between the goalkeeper and Federico Katabia. Extraordinary the way they have this habit of getting late goals, and it's all kicking off here. Well, Katabia and Hassan clattering into each other. It was Katabia who raced into the net to gather the ball. We're already in stoppages. Well, there'll be extra added on for this as well. All very unnecessary, you have to say. Take nothing away from the finish from Katabia. For the second straight match, he scored for Shabab Al-Ahli in stoppages. Yellow card for Homam Ahmed. They were so close here, Al-Gharafa. Gustavo, the substitute, takes marks. Well, they're upset that they haven't got the award, Al-Gharafa, for the foul in the build-up. So it's Gustavo who prods it across. Well, again, who's in the wrong there? There's a definite clash as the ball carries through to Katabia. I think there's an argument to say that the Shabab Al-Ahli player was fouled, actually, so in those circumstances the referee has played the advantage, and now it's Shabab Al-Ahli who are coming forward and looking for the winner. It was Olsen who went to ground in the build-up to the goal. Katabia with a mule kick of a strike into the corner. Fantastic drama at the end here. And all sorts of shenanigans. Bit of argy-bargy, a few injury stoppages at the end before we get to the finish line of what has been an engrossing match. Aribal Mazmi there loses his footing. He slips more than anything and just collides with the knee of Ali Mariali Mukhtar. It all seemed a bit innocuous, that, in truth. What a finish, quite literally. Both the goal and to this match. Federico Katabia, who's stolen at the back post, a turn home across. One of the last attacks to get that point against Fulad, and he's repeated the trick here. He was off the bench, Jack in the box to do that in the last match. Waited for his moment here to strike. So the earliest they've scored in this group, Shabab Al-Ahli, the 79th minute. That was Ganiev's penalty in the 1-1 with Al. Well, the clock has been running, in which time we've seen the goal scored. That's been about the only actual passage of play. Ahmed Al-Gharafa comes on at the end here for Andrei Siaputra, so perhaps wary of a second wind from Shabab Al-Ahli. Stramaccioni just shores things up a bit. Well, perhaps he'll feel he should have done that earlier, just to cushion out the win, sit on the lead. Only time will tell as to the damage done by the loss of points, if indeed it is to be the loss of all 3 points here for Al-Gharafa. Still can't believe we're only well, not yet at the 5 extra minutes. Good challenge that from Amro Surag. Well, the extras on that as well. Hassan, Sofiane Hani just tries to force the header through the middle to Al-Gharafa. Gustavo and a big hand in the equalising goal into Katabia. Great challenge, game-saving challenge. Katabia was in again and fancied his second goal in stoppages. That would surely have won it. Brazil with Gustavo to Argentina with Federico Katabia. Deadly combination at the death here for Shabab Al-Ahli. In comes the corner. Sofiane Hani helping out. That's that. A riveting Asian Champions League match finishes all square, and Katabia, the man responsible for a stoppage time leveller for Shabab Al-Ahli for the second match in a row, nearly won it. They'd been leading for an entire half here after Sofiane Hani. Al-Gharafa had scored late on in the first 45. There's a bit of ill feeling towards the end after the coming together of the goalkeeper and the goal scorer, the Al-Gharafa goal scorer Hassan and Katabia. Al-Gharafa will feel there was a foul in the build-up that led to Katabia's fine strike, low past Yusuf Hassan. But still unbeaten, both of these teams in the group. 3-1 draws now for Shabab Al-Ahli. Stramaccioni's team was so close to a second victory. It wasn't quite to be here and has finished all square. Al-Gharafa 1, Shabab Al-Ahli roll on 4 days' time for the second instalment of this fixture.